हेलो एवरीवन और आप सभी का स्वागत है आज के फैंटेसी मैच रिव्यू में। मुंबई वर्सेस कोलकाता की गेम पर बात करेंगे। उससे पहले फैन टू प्ले लीडर बोर्ड के बारे में, जहां पे टॉप 3 विनर्स जाएंगे ऑस्ट्रेलिया T20 वर्ल्ड कप देखने। और ये लीडर बोर्ड होगा 4 बार रिफ्रेश पूरे सीजन में, मतलब हर 15 दिन मिलेगा आपको ये मौका। तो जाइए 25 टीम्स बनाइए, लीडर बोर्ड जीतिए और साथ साथ ग्रैंड लीग भी जीतिए। So now on from the leaderboard, we have a very special guest with us, Nikhil. You all know him as Crick Crazy Nicks. Hello, welcome Nikhil to the show today, and he's here to discuss the team with us for today's game.
Thank you so much. Great to be back to the Fan2Play fam, if that's what you call it now. Yeah.
So now we are away from the Twitter space. Finally, the video format.
Yes. Welcome change.
Yes, totally. So let's discuss the team then for today.
Yep, sure.
So first, let's talk about the keepers and the batsmen. So we have two options in the keeping section: Ishan Kishan and Sam Billings. I think Kishan becomes a really good choice, especially in front of the KKR bowling. What are your thoughts? Because Billings has not really got a big score yet.
Yeah, fair. And also over the years, Mumbai have dominated KKR for a long period of time. And with Rohit's form a bit iffy, Kishan does become a very important player. And I'll probably be tempted to take Billings as well, especially if KKR bat first. And if I'm sensing an early wicket or two for the likes of Bumrah and all. So that is something that we can figure probably post-toss, but yes, Kishan is a definite choice.
Right, yeah. Billings can also build on the innings if there's an early collapse.
Yeah.
So on to the batters now. I think first choice would be Rohit Sharma against KKR.
Hopefully, would have been the case a few years back. I think he's been he's been in very iffy form for a long time now, and I don't think KKR will hesitate bringing on slower bowlers versus him. He's had his history of struggles versus Nare, but he can dominate as well. So it's about that first few overs. If Rohit can give himself time, then I think Rohit will be unstoppable, and he and Mumbai both need him to score big. So let's see how that goes for Rohit.
Right, I think he has 8 dismissals against Narayan also. So yeah, that will play a big part. Okay, second pick Shreyas Iyer, homeboy. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, I think no brainer there. He's been in form and he knows the conditions of the bowling well. So yes, it's always great to bat players in form.
Right, third pick would be probably Surya Kumar, ex-KKR man.
Yeah, definitely.
If he plays, yeah.
Yeah, if he plays, I think that's been one of the cases in this very season that a lot of people have gone in and out. So yes, I will go ahead with these three. Probably take a risk on Rohit. I don't know. Depends on how you feel just prior to the game. But yes, these three will definitely be in the team.
Right. Apart from that, we have some options like Rahane, Tilak Verma. Any thoughts or any punts you would take from either of them?
Tilak Verma is somebody I will definitely take, especially if he's batting first. Again, it depends on if Surya is playing, then very easy going to bat, because then it becomes very critical to see if Tilak Verma is going to get enough potential time out in the middle. So if they're batting first, I'll still go ahead with Tilak Verma. In chases, because we've seen chasing sides win. So if the top order clicks, then maybe Tilak may not be used at all. So that is something that we'll have to see. But yeah, he's a good option to take. And from KKR, again, it's very, very tricky to predict their order in any which ways. So I'm going to stick with the all-rounders only for most of them.
Okay. So yeah, I think that's that from the batsmen. I think another thing to keep in mind could be Narayan and Chakravarti versus Tilak, because he's not really faced that much of off-spin in the tournament yet. So might be a challenge from him. No historical data to say, so we'll go with him for now.
Yeah.
So now on to the all-rounders. I think everyone's first choice will be Sunil Narayan, especially against this team.
I think most people are going to bring in all three. That is Russell, Narayan and Venkatesh. I don't think anybody is going to drop any one of them. Venkatesh could possibly be dropped if you feel that, somebody like a Bumrah or if they play Raleigh Meredith or whoever is the other option that they try out as a overseas guy, bowler. But then that's the only place that's open, because everybody else is looked very easy. So I think it's probably best to go with guys who can do both.
And do you see Venkatesh Iyer bowling in this game? Because I think over the tournament not bowled much, and they're playing an extra bowler also.
Again, I think it will depend on how KKR starts. If Kolkata start well, I don't think Venkatesh will be required. And even last time they played 5 bowlers and Russell was the 6th one. And still Russell bowled in the death.
Yeah,
so I think
still bowled in the
they'll probably
death, yeah.
pick Russell first and then Venkatesh for his bowling. Yeah.
Okay, agreed. So we have the 3 all-rounders from here. Any thoughts on Daniel Sams or any other Mumbai Indian all-rounders? Would you consider?
Pollard probably if Mumbai are batting first. Because again, it's a simple case scenario that whether they are expecting new ball wickets to fall or not. Because we know the spin is going to bother this side, and Narine and Varun both are quality. And if Mumbai lose early wickets, Pollard will get enough time to bat, and he can take on the pacers for sure. So it's probably going to be a matchup between who takes on spin and who takes on pace. So Pollard, if he's batting first, if Mumbai are batting first, because he could also bowl, who knows, given Mumbai's bowling.
Yeah, he bowled full 4 last time.
Yeah.
Right, so Pollard could probably be a GL pick if batting second. If batting first, then maybe a small league pick. Now on to the bowlers then. First pick, Jasprit Bumrah.
No doubts there. I think he's probably going to have a lot of workload this year. I'm sure he's waiting for Archer to get back. I think he's waiting for Archer to get back because he's not used to such kind of support bowlers. So yes, Bumrah is definitely a must pick.
Right, definitely. And second pick, Umesh Yadav, or are you going to go with the conditions and pick him based on that?
That is the trick, I think, because Umesh is going to bowl to Rohit and Ishan, and then that is one thing that can go either ways. He could either dismiss both of them, or they both could just play him off and go after the others. So I think that is something we can take a call post toss in terms of if Mumbai are chasing. Maybe you'll want to take a risk and not take Umesh. But if they're bowling first, I will definitely be tempted to take Umesh because he's getting the new ball movement, and Rohit's form hasn't been that great. Though he does have decent numbers versus Umesh Yadav. But again, it's very, very tricky to leave out one of the openers, because the day that opener comes up, then you're going to be behind.
Then your team's done. Yeah.
That is a concern.
Then, we'll keep Umesh in the team for now, assuming that he will play a good part. So, interestingly, based on the formation that we have, we will have a credit problem here with our last pick being only 8 credits to go. And out of the players that we have, Basil Thampi, Murugan Ashwin and Timal Mills, all 3 have played in the last few games. So, I think Timal Mills for me. Any thoughts from you?
I think Timal Mills will be my pick as well, purely because he's a very good bowler and he bowls in key parts of the game. So he's always likely to take wickets. And as we discussed, if Mumbai are bowling first, you could probably go with a Mumbai heavy bowling attack. In terms of at least take to both Bumrah and Mills for sure, because they could be bowling and taking you 3 wickets like Holder took yesterday, a day before. So yes, that is something that is always there with that towards bowlers. So I think Timal Mills is a very, very, very good buy, to be honest. At 8 credits, I don't think you can get that quality purchase at that rate.
Right. So I think that's our 11 then. We have 2 keepers, Kishan and Billings, 3 batsmen, Rohit, Iyer, Yadav, 3 all-rounders who are covering if KKR bat first, Narayan, Russell, Iyer, and then 3 bowlers, Bumrah, Yadav and Mills. So first up, any captaincy or vice-captaincy preferences from this specific team?
Too tricky to call a Mumbai KKR game now. It is probably going to be a safest option, and probably going with a Kishan and Russell as a combination. If you feel that KKR are going to bowl first, and if there are only 5 bowlers, Russell will still bowl at the death and give you that 1 or 2 wickets. So in that sense, I think these will be the common options. But yes, if you feel somebody like a Timal Mills or Jasprit Bumrah while bowling first, because this IPL we've seen safe picks haven't quite worked out. You have to take that bit of a risk with terms of mini GL. So I think in that sense, I'll probably back the death bowler of the side bowling first.
Right.
Because I cannot rely on batsmen in this edition so far. It's very unpredictable. So I'll be on the safer side and probably pick all-rounders mostly.
Agreed. So I guess that's our team then. Apart from that, 2 key matchups that we could discuss today would be Narayan versus Rohit, 8 dismissals, and Russell been dismissed thrice by Bumrah. So would that make an effect into our small league team, or do you think our GL team would primarily be taking effect based on these?
So I think it will make an effect in the small league team in terms of who you are making captain, vice captain in this scenario. But What we also need to realize is, say for a case of Bumrah versus Russell, we are hoping that Russell knows that data. Obviously, he will, and he'll be smart enough to play off Bumrah, because over the years you would have seen that Mumbai have a better support bowling attack. So then he has to take on Bumrah as well. But in this very edition, it doesn't look like that Bumrah has enough support from other bowlers. So you can play out Bumrah and then go after the other.
And attack.
Yeah. So I think that way Russell can be smart and play a good knock. With Rohit, I think he will be tested. I think Narine is bowling very well, and Rohit hasn't been getting starts. So I think it's very critical for Rohit to get a good start, because we know once he gets a start, it's impossible to really. He'll get out only if he wants to. So the mini-GL teams will definitely be made with that scenario only. But yes, very interesting to see both those matchups and like how they work out.
Great, amazing. And the last section, which everyone always waits for, the challenge section. Who do you think would be either your 2, 3 or 4 picks for this game? And how many would you make for starters?
I'll probably go with the three players sides, because I think somebody like Bumrah, Kishan and Russell, they form a very good core. They are key players, informed guys for their sides. So these three probably will be my first pick. And then based on the toss, if I want to feel that maybe I want to add a Narine as well in that, then you can add Narine, or you can even add Surya Kumar Yadav, because he'll love to face the bowling attack. He'll be crucial versus the spin of Varun and Narine. So those are my picks for the exciting challenge fantasy that we have.
Great. So that's it from us. Thank you for joining us, Nikhil. Really, really great having you here on the show. And thank you for giving us all your insights.
Thank you. Pleasure being here. Hopefully we'll catch up soon.
Very soon. Thank you. Thank you so much.